Over 16 million dead, empires destroyed, a war that reshaped the world. But here's the question. Did it have to happen, or could it have been avoided? Welcome back. Today, we're tackling one of history's biggest debates. Was World War I inevitable, or the result of human mistakes? At the start of the 20th century, Europe looked stable, but underneath, tensions were building. Major powers like Germany, France, United Kingdom, Russia, and Austria-Hungary were competing for power, influence, and territory. Industrialization made economies stronger, but also made wars more deadly. At the same time, nationalism was rising. People increasingly identified with their nation and were willing to fight for it. Europe had split into two major alliance systems, the Triple Entente, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. The Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and Italy. These alliances were meant to prevent war, but they had the opposite effect. If one country went to war, others would be pulled in automatically. Meanwhile, militarism was on the rise. Countries were building massive armies and stockpiling weapons, preparing for a conflict many believed was inevitable. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo. The attacker, Gavrilo Princip, was part of a nationalist movement seeking independence from Austria-Hungary. This single event triggered a chain reaction. Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Russia mobilized to defend Serbia. Germany declared war on Russia, and then France. Soon, the entire continent was at war. Some historians argue the war was inevitable. Why? Because all the conditions were already in place. Nationalism, militarism, imperial rivalries, rigid alliances. It was like a loaded gun, just waiting for a trigger. Even without the assassination, another crisis might have started the war. Others argue the war could have been prevented. They point to human decisions. Leaders escalating tensions instead of negotiating miscommunication between governments. Overconfidence in quick victory. For example, Germany's blank check support for Austria-Hungary encouraged aggressive action. Diplomacy failed when it mattered most. The consequences were catastrophic. Empires collapsed, including the Ottoman Empire and Russian Empire. New nations were created, but tensions remained. And perhaps most importantly, the war set the stage for an even larger conflict, World War II. So, was World War I necessary? Probably not. But was it likely? Given the tensions of the time, very much so. History is shaped by both forces and choices. And in 1914, both collided with devastating consequences. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep dives into history. And tell me, what do you think? Was the war inevitable?